creators because she's experimenting. All right, so many creators get rigid with their content. Okay, they get rigid. They're no longer practicing upside thinking. They kind of just do the same thing over and over again. And you will get left behind if that is you. You will. So 70% of the time, 80% of the time, make your hitters, stick to it, get the value, get the baseline views. The other 20 to 30% of the time, test, look for home runs, look for home runs, look for home runs, look for home runs. Give it 6 attempts per test, okay? And don't compare the views. Don't compare the views. Emotionally detach from the views. Emotionally detach. And do some crazy shit. Do stuff that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's a little bit corny, a little bit more entertainment. Maybe use AI. Okay, this is what Hormozi does. He just does something random all of a sudden, and you're like, that was kind of off-brand. Nobody cares. And the next thing you know, he has a freaking tweet on a screen that's 6 seconds long, and there's music, and he's talking about how much he loves his wife, and next thing you know, it gets like 7 million views. Okay, that's all I got. Upside thinking, learn from fantasy football. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's talk about the 4 stages of a creator. We're gonna go from basically 0 all the way to like probably 100K followers. We're gonna break it all the way down. Number 1, you have to focus on skill set, Mosquito. If you do not have the skill set of short form content, nothing else matters. Your niche doesn't matter. How often you should post doesn't matter. Monetization doesn't matter. If you are not able to get 1,000 views per video consistently, then you, and by consistently, I mean like 3 to 4 times a week. You don't have the skill set of short form yet. So what do? You need to either invest in some consulting. You either need to go read some books. You need to slam YouTube videos, podcasts. You should only be thinking about, how do I become a better short form creator? A couple options here. Cut 30. If you're really looking for just like a quick little monthly tune-up, get the basis. This is a community program, a cohort. It's like runs for a month. Cut 30 is great. I have a consulting program. It's a group coaching program that goes 6 months. It's a little bit hands-off. There's group calls. You get a little bit of one-on-one, but it's nothing crazy. And I'm not even trying to show my own game right now. I'm literally just saying people don't invest to earn the skill set. They just post at random. They try to pick random stuff up, and it never does as good as they want, and they get frustrated. They blame it on the algorithm or whatever. My niche. It's like, no, it's the skill set. You don't understand how to have a decent camera. You don't understand captions. You don't understand hooks. You don't understand ideation and topic selection and buzzwords. The list just goes on and on and on. Skill set. You should be posting 1 time a day. You should be trying to get 1% better every day. I usually think it takes about 100 iterations. 100 iterations to get the skill set. I posted close to 500 pieces of content across my clients before I ever came over to my own personal TikTok and Instagram and posted once, and the first one blew up because I had 500 iterations. And I want to be clear, I posted 20 to 30 pieces of content the summer before, and it was getting a couple hundred views. I had a few thousand viewed videos, but mostly just a couple hundred. And I didn't have the skills yet. Got better, became a better short form content creator, and was able to dial that in. Okay, now number 2, this is where we move to volume. Once you have the skill set, you can regularly hit 1,000 views a video, 4 to 5 times a week. You're starting to get a little bit of traction. Maybe you've crossed 1,000 followers. Maybe you're at 1,500 followers. This is where you need to ramp the volume, especially on TikTok, You need to post as frequently as you can keep the quality up, like 2 to 3 times a day. Now this is what's gonna happen is your views are gonna disperse between the 3 videos, okay? But the average view per video is gonna go down. But your week over week views is gonna go significantly up, okay? Significantly up, and this is what we want. Okay, this is the accordion method. You've heard me talk about this. I pulled this from Caleb Ralston. We can press the accordion, a lot of effort into less amount of videos until we learn the skill, and we expand the accordion. We now take that skill set, stretch it across volume. We do that 3 times a day, basically, is kind of like the minimum for 90 days. Okay, whenever I work with people, it's a slow burn. We learn the skills, and they're like, why is things not working? Why are things not working? It's like, we gotta get the skills. And then boom, there have been times, creators that you guys know, where I've told them, okay, you have the skill set, now start posting volume. And they start posting volume and their channel blows up. This is where you hit exit velocity, but there's no point in posting a ton of content. You don't have the skill set, okay? It's like me freaking swinging a baseball bat, but I don't even know if I'm right or left-handed. I'm not going to get any better. Okay, there's no point in me going hitting off a tee if I don't know if I'm right-handed, left-handed. I don't even know how to hold a bat. I don't even know the right mechanics. Once I get the mechanics, it's all about improvement and going and going and going from there. Okay, now number 3, we need to move into growth tactics. This is where the fancy stuff is. This is where a lot of people would much rather spend their time. Okay, they want to know what to be wearing. What caption should they be using? Should they be doing 1.1 speed or 1.2 speed? Should they be holding a pin? Do I copy this creator? Do I not copy this creator? What do I put? What color should my font be? All of these like small things. How to use trial reels? And it's like, that stuff doesn't really matter for 90% of creators. This is once you start worrying about these, once you've hit 5, 6, 7, 8,000 followers, if I'm just being completely honest. Like, if you're not posting 3 times a day and you don't understand the skill set, there's no need for you to be worrying about like hashtags or time of day posting. Like, all that stuff like does not matter at all, except for once you have momentum, and now we're trying to add percentages on top of it. So now if I'm posting 3 times a day, okay, if I can move my videos up 10% on average with a couple growth levers, okay, by maybe a 1.1 speed, by maybe contrast in my clothing, by maybe a visual pacifier like a pin or something like that, then if you stretch that out, if I go 10% up every single video and I stretch that out across a month, I'm now ripping. I'm absolutely ripping. That's 10% more views, maybe even 20% more views because of the compounding effect. That now leads to thousands of more followers, and then it snowballs. More followers means more views, more engagement, which means further down the algorithm. It's literally compounding interest. It continues to scale and scale and scale and scale and scale. Okay, you should not be worrying about that stuff until you have exit velocity on your channel. Just being really brutally honest with you. Okay, all of my mass psychology videos and tactics like that don't really matter for you unless you are posting 3 times a day and you have the skill set. Now is whenever we move into monetization. Okay, this is stage 4, 10,000 followers. It doesn't really matter how many followers you have. It's more so views in your niche. If you're in a hyper-specific niche, then you can monetize it earlier in your journey because it's more targeted audience. If you're in a more saturated niche or less specific niche, then you can monetize later. Like fitness, you monetize later. Tech specialty, you can monetize sooner. Now, I'm gonna give you 3 stages of monetization. Number 1, the first thing you should do is service. Provide a service, trade your time for money for a high ticket. So one-on-one, let's say I'm in the fitness niche. Instead of me putting together a $50 school community, I'm gonna go to a gym. I'm gonna call every single gym locally, and I'm gonna say, hey, can I put together a rehabilitation course for you guys for $1,000 that you can give to your members for free? Okay, that's the type of stuff. It's more B2B. It's more changing my time for money